Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k 7th edition Tyranid Tactica video with me, Xenovids. In this video we shall be going through my thoughts of the Tyranids and the 7th edition, any changes and what we can do to kind of boost our armies and carry on being the dominant swarm out there. So let's take a look at what has changed. Before you get to the table, creating an army, bound and unbound, the ally system table and missions have all changed. So you have to start to think a little bit more about preparation as a Tyranid player. So the missions themselves, you have the normal 6 missions that you had from the previous edition, and you have 6 new missions, which are all about objectives. So if you are going to play the new missions, stick to a bound army and have lots of troops and use turbogons, because these objectives are extremely important. Every battle report I have done or watched with these, it is all about the troops, and if you have a bound army, your troops are going to be capturing objectives over unbound armies units, so always do that. In regard to the normal missions, I say normal because that's what I play majority, the ones that were in the 6th edition, not so much. You could have kill point, you could have the relic, so if you do want to do an unbound army, those are the ones to do it in. So that's something to think about. In regard to allies, we can now ally with ourselves and we can ally with others, although it is that convenient whatever come the apocalypse, yada yada yada. But allying with ourselves is great, have lots more units on the board and more options, because heavy support choice for Tyranids are the best ones in my opinion. But it would be cool to see the new Astra Militarum with Gene Stealers. Just go out, convert your own Gene Stealer cult army. You could have then new tanks, you could have like Gene Stealer bits stuck onto the new Astra Militarum, and have Tyranid like rippers on their bases, and just kind of really go crazy with the customization of an Imperial army that has been infested of Gene Stealers. So that could be kind of cool. I did it once many years ago. I had a Basilisk, a Lehman Russ and a big troop of I think Stormtroopers, and I just kind of added bits to that to make it look like they were part of a Gene Stealer cult. So it could be good as a narrative campaign, or if you want to do it in either of the missions as well. So yes, bound and unbound. Bound, re-rolling warlord traits, because let me tell you, our warlord traits are the worst traits in all the codexes. I honestly believe that. In every single codex that's come out that has had warlord traits in them, I believe the Tyranid ones are the worst ones. Let me read them out to you. So number 1, which is the worst warlord trait, I think, now in everything in the 7th edition book, in all the codexes. At the beginning of each of your movement phases, select a jungle, or whatever the citadel tree model thing is, within 12 inches of your warlord. It becomes a carnivorous jungle for the rest of the game. Excellent! Not very good. Number 2, the warlord and Tyranids within 12 inches of it have night vision. Let's have a think about that. Night vision. Not really going to be very effective. Synaptic linchpin. The warlord's synapse range is 18 inches. Good. And if you take Old One-Eye as your warlord, he could get this. So Old One-Eye could technically become a synapse creature. Think about that one. Mind Eater. Receive 2 victory points for each independent character slain by your warlord in a challenge. Could be good, given to a winged hive tyrant who can just fly off, maybe get grounded and then attack an independent character. Something simple like a sergeant, and then you get those points that you need. Number 5 is Digestive Denial. After deployment, 1 piece of terrain in the enemy deployment zone, but not one of your own purchase, has its cover save reduced by 1. Again, Tyranids can shoot, but they're not amazing at shooting, so that's not effective. And 6, if the warlord suffers a wound, it gains feel no pain. So, the number 6, number 3, I think are the best ones. If you take a bound list, you can re-roll your warlord traits. Re-roll the Warlord traits, because you will need to. 3 and 6, in my opinion, are the best ones. Okay, in regard to the Psychic phase, Tyranids got, I think, we got a bit of a boost in regard to the Psychic phase, but you have to think we also got a bit of a nerf in regard to Shadow of the Warp. Now, in regard to Psychic, we've got a lot of Psychers. Tyranids have a lot of Psychers. You've got Winged Hive, well, Hive Tyrants, Swarmlord, Zone Thropes, Tervagons. Just, I think that could be it. But they're all either Mastery 1, 2, or I think Swarmlord 3, and you could have multiple units of them, which is great. So you're going to be quite dominant with the Psychic powers, unless you're playing demons who just destroy everyone in the Psychic phase. Tyranids, we definitely got a boost in the fact that all of our creatures are going to have the #1 Psychic power, and we can't use Psychic powers from the rulebook, obviously, which makes sense fluff-wise, but obviously Biomancy is missed by myself and others. So let's find these Psychic powers. Dominion. The Psyker has a plus 6-inch sign-up range. Anyone can have that. Standard. Which is great. And sign-ups is crucial in the new Tyranid book. So that's good. And then carrying on. I'm not going to read them all out. I'm going to go straight to the one I like, and the one that's going to be very effective. Warp Blast, Warp Charge 2, Witchfire. Range 24 inches, Strength 5, AP 3, Assault 1, Blast. Or an 18-inch, Strength 10, AP 2, Assault 1, Lance. Now, that's the one. If you think about your Winged Hive Tyrants, they fly around. Comes to the Psychic phase, you focus everything on them if they roll Warp Blast. You then have, it is a single shot in the Psychic phase, but you now have a better ballistic skill, so you're rolling on 3-ups. So you do your Psychic test, usually you'll pass. You roll on a 3-up, usually you're passed, and then you have a Strength 10 Lance. Now vehicles I'm going to come to in a minute, but vehicles are very hard to kill now, and having that lance will mean those monoliths and land raiders and high armor valued vehicles can be popped quickly, because with the maneuverability of a Winged Hive Tyrant and an 18-inch range of that lance weapon, you're going to be able to get to the side, in fact, or even the back of some of these vehicles. And then, because it's in shooting attack in the Psychic phase, you can then shoot your, what I like to do, Twin Link Devourers at loads of little units. So we got a buff from that, but let me grab my codex. Shadow of the Warp. Enemy units within Psychers within 12 inches of this model have a -3 leadership. Now in 6th edition that mattered because you took leadership tests by doing, you took Psychic tests by doing your leadership. Now it's not. So the only reason this would be any good would be if scenario A, a librarian was with a unit and you've psychicked that unit, or you've done something to make them have a leadership test. Usually the librarian is going to be the one, the leadership is the one that's going to be taken. His leadership goes down, they may fall back. Or scenario B, if they do fail a psychic, if they have a Perils of the Warp on the psychic, trying to do the psychic test, then most of them are take a leadership test, or you die, or you fail, or whatever. -3 to their leadership is going to help with the Perils of the Warp. But that's it. It used to be awesome stopping your opponent doing their psychic phase, but now not so much. We can't do that. It'd be nice if they put in the FAQ Shadows of the Warp minus maybe 1 or -2 to the leadership of your opponent's psyker, and you get a +1 deny the witch, but unfortunately not. But I think psychic phase wise, we're going to be okay. Okay, the one that everyone knows about, but it's good to have a think about, is Smash. Smash was huge for the Tyranids. Our monstrous creatures going up the board was scary. When they got into combat with a vehicle, it was scary. You would charge in, you would reduce your attacks by half, and usually you'd have 2 or 3 hits of strength 10. Not so much now. 1 strength 10 attack. For Carnifexes, for example, they're rolling to hit. They're still rolling to hit on freeze. I think everything is rolling to hit on freeze because the vehicle is weapon skill 1. But it's still your 1 attack, and I'm not good at those single attacks. If you saw my last Eldar battle report, I missed 5 times with a Fire Prism single launch shot, and I can see that happening again with the single attacks. Now, there are slightly ways around it, in that Carnifexes and Hive Tyrants are awesome. Like I said, Hive Tyrants, hopefully you get that Warp Lance. That is the thing that's going to be taking down those vehicles. And because it is an 18-inch range, it's a good length. So if you keep units next to Venom Throats that have the Lance weapons, you can be having those pot shots and hopefully even crippling those vehicles, like stunning them or reducing their effectiveness with their weapons, then allowing the awesome Carnifexes to come forward, who are strength 9, have D3 Hammer of Wrath hits, and you don't need the strength 10. You're more likely to hit on strength 10 because it's better strength, but because they're strength 9 and you have more attacks, having a brood of 3 of them, you're going to destroy a vehicle or cripple it completely until the next turn. So Smash reduced, yes, but for me, keep Carnifexes and Hive Tyrants going for your vehicles, other monstrous creatures, to support or kill troops. So what I'm going to do now is go through every unit in the Codex quickly and say what I think, how effective they could be in 7th edition. Okay, open up my Codex, going straight to the HQ slot. Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrants are great. You can have them in 2 ways. Have them with full Tyrant Guard with them, so 3 Tyrant Guard and a walking Hive Tyrant. Have it with a heavy Venom Cannon. Strength 9 blast is always great. And then have them near a Venom Throat for survivability, bubble wrap, and putting out that synapse. And then hopefully also getting that Warp Lance, and they could be awesome and shooty. The other way I like to do them is Winged Hive Tyrants, 2 sets of Twin Link Devourers. That is a lot of reroll strength 6 attacks, which are going to be taking down light infantry, heavy infantry, such as Terminators, light vehicles, and then hopefully again getting Warp Lance. I am pinning a lot of my hopes on getting Warp Lance, but with a Psycho Mastery level 2, you'll get Dominion Standard, and then you can roll 2 dice, hopefully getting that 6. It's just kind of a fingers crossed thing. If it doesn't work out with a Warp Lance, then you've still got your Carnifexes that should be able to go up and do some damage, but you've got to protect them a little bit more in that game. So Winged Hive Tyrants, still great for their points. I think they are cost effective because the Psychic phase allows them to be that awesome shooty or supportive unit. Now that doesn't affect their other shooting weapons, and obviously if they're flying they can Vector Strike as well. So Swarmlord, I feel even though he is a Mastery level 3 Psyker, no one uses him, and I don't think anyone will use him in this edition because he's 285 points, and all you're getting for 285 points is a slightly buffed Hive Tyrant, an extra Mastery level when you could have a Zoanthrope in... You could have a Hive Tyrant normally and a Zoanthrope. That's the same amount of Psychic Mastery levels, and the Zoanthrope could just stay in a cave or in trees, or I guess maybe in a building if it's not bulky. and you've got the same amount of psychic mastery level, but for less points. So 285 points is a bit too much for me. He does come standard with Synaptic Linchpin, which is one of the better Warlord traits, I suppose. So yeah, fun, Unbound, always have Tyrant Guard with him, but again that makes him right up to nearly 500 points. And you could have 2 Winged Hive Tyrants, which is so I prefer to do that. So Swarmlord, I ignore again. Old One Eye, 220 points. Fun is what I'm going to say. He's not a Synapse creature, no, but if you roll a free Synaptic Linchpin, your Synapse range goes to 18 inches. So he becomes a Synapse creature, technically. Right? Am I right? If I have got that wrong, leave a comment below. But I haven't seen anywhere that said that doesn't work. So Old One Eye becomes like Superman. And the best thing in the world. I did a list previously, I think my 40k Let's Build a Tyranid list, which had him and 5 or 6 Carnifexes in an Unbound army. Now imagine if he had Synaptic Linchpin as his Warlord trait. Just think about it, that's amazing. It's so good. He's great for an Unbound army, for a Bound army. He could work, but maybe if you were using something cheaper like a Tyranid Prime or a Death Leaper as your other HQ unit. But no, he's okay. Again, maybe Unbound lists will have more fun. Tervigon. Psychic Mastery level 1, so it's better. Anything with a Psychic Mastery level is better in my opinion in this edition. However, 195 points, still a little bit expensive. But troops are invaluable now, so take him, but put him in the troops section. Take that unit of 30 Termagants just to have this in the troops section. Take those objectives, spawn Termagants, run across, get that objective in the Maelstrom mission. If you get a card which is the one near it, do it. Have that as a troop, get another one. Always have that spawning out all these Termagants to get these objectives. The rest of your army can just smash and have fun. So much fun destroying and eating and destroying and going num num num. Tervigon, still great support unit. Never have it as a HQ in my opinion. Always have it as a troop. Tyranid Prime, I've seen it being used effectively if you put it with 9 warriors and they have the swords and the lash whips, but I've never used it, so I'm not going to comment fully. It's not a Psychic Mastery level model. It does have Shadow in the Warp and is a Synapse creature, but other than that, I still think it should have been less than 125 points, but that's just me. So Death Leap 130. If you're playing that sneaky list where you're having deep striking things and you want to scare your opponent, it's going to be okay. But again, in 7th edition, I'm going to see more Hive Tyrants than Death Leapers. So in the troops section, Tyranid Warrior Brood, have it as a Synapse unit of 3 or a unit of 9. A unit of 3 is a supporting Synapse, just in case your Hive Tyrants and other creatures have been killed, you've still got that Synapse going on. 90 points for free, cheap and cheerful. Or if you're going for 9, bulk them out, have them awesome with the Tyranid Prime. I use them as a supporting Synapse unit because Synapse is still really important. That's not really changed in this edition. Like 7th hasn't affected Synapse rules, but Synapse is crucial to the Tyranids, so have them as a supporting unit. Genestealer Brood, what has changed is the Brood Lord is a Psychic Mastery level 1. You could have that come in and it automatically has Dominion now. So you have a 6-inch Synapse range, which means your Genestealers are completely fearless. So having that outflank on the side is awesome, because if you have it outflanked to a big bulk of units and then the rest of the army's moving up, say your Hive Tyrants have been killed, that Genestealer Brood Lord does Dominion 6 inches away, that unit is fine. Oh, that unit 6 inches away, that's fine as well. GCD's got a bit of a buff because of that. They're still low armour. I think they're a good shock troop from the side. Outflanking, never have them moving up slowly the field. You've got to be really have lots of tactics. What's the word? You must be tactically astute. That might work if you're using Gene Stealers. Yeah. So first the Gaunts, Termagants, cheapest chips, still great. They're not going to survive a lot, but keep them in synapse. They're fearless. They're never going to run away. So you just have that unit, a group of 30, so you can have your Termagant come into the troop section, have that unit run up, cause some mischief, while the Termagant and the other Termagants capture those objectives. Hormagaunts, again, still cheap as chips. If you can, if you know you're going against monstrous creatures, upgrade them with toxin sacks. If you're not, then just keep them cheap as chips, and they're going to be fearless because they're going to be in synapse and they hit hard. Even though they have a low armour, they're still going to hit hard. They come standard with 2 attacks. On the charge, it's free. Yes, they're probably hitting on 4s and 5s. But they're Gaunts. They're Gaunts. And Ripper Swarms, forget it. In the elite section, Hive Guard, I still think 55 points is too much for what they do. For losing a ballistic skill, they're not for me anymore. But if you're going against a huge vehicle-based army, maybe Imperial Guard, take them with their other weapon, which is a bit rubbish, but it has Haywire. That's the only reason I would take that. Lictor, maybe. Maybe if you're deep striking things. Zoanthrope, yes. They have Brotherhood of Psychers, so they're Psychic Mastery level 1. So again, they can be having some fun with that. They count as a Psyker now, so they can have 2 psychic powers and do it. Venomthrope, auto include 1, 2 or 3, however many you want. Just have them in your army. They are brilliant. Horospecs, cheap and cheerful monstrous creature. It's still strength 6. Its armor save is 3. 3 attacks. Interesting. If you've got the points, do it, because monstrous creatures are good, and seeing a Horospecs coming towards you is scary. Yeah, it's Unbound list definitely, and maybe even going into bound lists if you've got the points. Pyrovore, that's dead to me. It's always been dead to me. Stupid model. Fast attack, Tyranids Strike Broods, in concept amazing, but it just doesn't fulfill the role that they should be doing. Ravener, just not what you hope. Again, toughness 4, 5 up. If they get into combat, they're going to do a lot. 3 attack standard, 5 weapon skill 5. It's getting there. If you're deep striking, then maybe with a Trigon Prime or using that Lictor thing, but they've always failed more than been successful for me. And with a lot of armies getting a buff with their vehicles, you need things that are successful. And Red Terror, he goes into that. Red Terror used to be an awesome thing, but now it's just meh. Sky Slasher Swarm Brood. Gargoyle Brood. Good. Gaunts with wings are great. Use them to cover your units. Add that to the Venomthrope save. They're going to give everyone a 5 up save because they're an intervening model kind of thing. Venomthrope, then +2 to that. Your armies can have a lot of saves, and if they don't shoot at them, they've got to mess with these Gaunts with wings. Harpy, it is very cheap, 135 points. Definitely consider it. Hive Crone, it comes with the Tentaclids, which are Haywire, 155 points. Again, if you've got the points, definitely consider it. Not going to survive, Neither of them will. They're only toughness 5 and 4 up armor save, and a lot of things are AP 4. So, Spore Mine Clusters. If you're going against a mass infantry army, take a few of them. They're cheap. Heavy support now. Carnifex Brood, definitely. Minimum of 1 brood, which has 3 of them. Twin-Link Devourer, Brain Each Worms. Have them walking up next to a Venom Thrope. Boom, boom, boom. And then have them smashing up those vehicles. You have to have Carnifexes now. They are strength 9. They are the best thing in this codex to take down vehicles. I cannot stress that enough. Even if you go with 9 of them, you will be happy and loving life. Biovore is fun. Take it in a unit. I find it more effective if you take 3 of them rather than 1 or 2. Only if you're going against mass infantry. Trigon. For what it does, a Trigon, I prefer a Horospex or a Morlock or the 2 winged creatures, Hive Crone and Harpy, rather than getting a Trigon. If you are going to get a Trigon, pay extra points, get a Trigon Prime. You then have that Synapse creature. You have, it's better. The Trigon Prime is just better, but it's 230 points, which is more points than Old One Eye. So Morlock. A lot of people use Morlocks. It's there. It hurts an enemy unit. It could kill itself. It's fun. Take it, it'll be good. Exocrine, auto include. Brilliant. Its Bioplasma Cannon is amazing. Bioplasma Cannon, 24-inch, strength 7, AP2, either a large blast or 6 shots. You're going to do damage each time. Tyranids, no one uses them anymore. And that concludes the codex. So, I hope this has been informative to help you creating your lists and thinking about preparation for battle reports now that 7th edition has hit. So things to remember: psychic buffs, warp lance, vehicles, carnifexes, and stuff like that. So half the units are good in here, some are fun, some are just, you could scratch them out and say they never existed. Pyrovore, what? So yeah, that's my thoughts. Please let me know what you think, and if you've got any additional buffs, helps, or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section below, so everyone can see. I've been Xenovids. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it means a lot to me, and I want to produce more videos, lots and lots and lots, and have my voice on the internet. Talking about Tyranids, because Tyranids need more love. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.